You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Welcome to Truth and Logic, the weekly talk show that uses logic to explain the truth.
And the truth shall set you free!
Here's Deron Montgomery, David Cross, and Michelle Daniels.
Good afternoon. You're listening to Talkzone Radio. This is Truth and Logic with Deron, David, and Michelle. I am Deron.
This is Mr. Controversy in the house.
This is Michelle in the house.
You have to hear your name, huh?
Yeah, I'm so excited about that now. Yes,
Right,
people,
right.
I'm here.
She's here. And it's 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Depending on where you're at in the world, family, you can adjust that time accordingly. We'd like to thank you for listening and welcome you once again to our weekly open forum discussion as we talk about current events and social issues. We are live, family, and the phone lines are open. We can be reached at 888-GO-FOR-IT. That's 888-463-6748. I was asked to make sure that you all understand that this is the non-political correct show. That's pretty much across the board with anything that we talk about. We don't stick with the norm. Okay, we don't stick with what people think we should. With the views that we express are definitely our views. They are not that of Talkzone or any of its affiliates or subsidiaries. With that being said, we've come back around full circle to our relationship topic today.
Dun, dun, dun.
And, so let's get it cracking. What's on your mind? Let me just say this first. We have a new segment that we're going to introduce today. We have an email that we're going to read and respond to on the show. And the Twitter lines are open. We are monitoring that right now, live, family. So if you have anything, tweet us, like us on Facebook. And the Twitter pages.
Somebody in your parking spot.
I know somebody's in my parking spot. They're messing with my mind. The Twitter page is at Truth and Logic 1. So at Truth and Logic 1, send us a tweet. Let us know what's on your mind, family. What you got for us today?
Or call in.
I definitely call in. 888-GO-FOR-IT. 888-463-6748. Come on with it now.
Well, the question came up over the week. What was the question? Are there any good men left?
Okay.
I almost went to the other question. That's the next part.
Yeah.
What's the other question?
Wait on it.
Yeah, wait on it. We don't want to mess up people's head too much.
Oh boy.
Too early in the show.
Yeah, But are there any good men left? Wow, really?
Saying like you got something to say about that. Something on your mind.
No. There are good men.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I believe there are, still good men out there in today's society. But there's things that follow after that statement. And usually, for me, the good men out there, they are married or in a relationship or they busy.
Okay, now
they working.
Now the good man that's married in a relationship and respect his household and don't treat you like the side chick, you can't really fault that guy.
You cannot. No.
But because you got a lot of men out here that they married when they with their wife.
Horrible.
I think there's still a few good men because let's call it what it is. Most men are messed up.
Well, what is a good man though?
Right.
Well, everybody has their own.
That's a good question.
That's a relative question, but the answer, the response to that is also relative because it varies depending on from person to person.
Right.
True.
Because you got some women that feel like you don't love them unless you beat the hell out of them, and they feel like that's a good man.
Yeah.
No.
So.
Grit ball.
That's a real good question.
Please put your hands on me and we're going to play a nice little game.
Say Al Green them all.
Well, no, I mean, I got a cousin and I mean, I guess she felt like if you didn't smack her around a couple times, you didn't love her.
Now, was this due to her growing up?
No, because she got
abused?
a sister that's nowhere near like that.
But did she witness any type of abuse growing up?
I don't know. She got me about 10 years. Far as I know, she hasn't.
Okay.
But I don't know. Me personally, I can't be in no fighting relationship.
Which brings the factor into it being fathers got to be there for their children and be in their lives.
Nah, we going back to the fathers.
Well, they got to be there. They got to be in their lives, but they got to provide a positive example, role model.
Because you can have fathers that beat the hell out of
You got cats that are in the household that are not good examples. Hell, you got some relationships where people are married and they're divorced while living together.
Yeah.
Now let that marinate. You know what I'm saying?
I've witnessed people do that.
You know?
I mean, but you got too many men out here. They got them quick thumbs on them video games. They don't know how to put in no work. So, see, this is why fathers are just as important as mothers.
Right.
Because as a man, you are looking up to this man on how to be a man. Mm-hmm. As a female, you are looking up to this man on how to be treated.
Right.
So if you don't have that man in the household and your mother bringing in every time Dick and Hank, well, you think you're supposed to bring in every time Dick and Hank. If you see her getting dogged out,
right,
you know that's the way you look at life. Okay,
you
well,
look at that as being acceptable.
right,
and that's.
And you know what? A lot of those variables are subconscious because they don't even realize that that's what they're accepting.
Right.
They don't even realizing that they're saying that that's okay. They just make excuses for it.
So then when a good man do come in,
you see her face though, that is accepting the bullshit.
So when a good man do come into her life, she don't even know how to. You weak, you soft, you ain't shit,
you a lame.
Yeah.
You know what? Before I got with my wife, when I was going through all the bullshit with my ex-wife, and a female would tell me, "Oh, well, you got you a good job, you know, you ain't shit, and you ain't wearing what's them $200 jeans."
True Religion.
I wish I would buy a pair of True Religion. You know what? When I went to Vegas,
I would too.
I
you know what my net worth got to be to wear some shit like that? Because I'd be like, I wouldn't want to sit nowhere. I'd be like, oh my God.
When I went to Vegas, I went to the True Religion store and I was asking them how much of them jeans. She said $400. I said, well, why they $400? She said, well,
they pay like $10 to have them
the
made.
denim is different. I said, so what? Y'all breed different cows?
wait, she said the denim is different.
Yeah.
Is it a better grade of fabric? That's
come on.
only thing I can think of.
Your
I'm sure,
cows on steroids or something? Shit.
I'm sure them same jeans in H&M for $20.
You paying for it now?
Or in Target.
They say Lee's on them.
But I mean, no, and people would, females would say that, oh, you ain't wearing True Religion. I had a Ford at the time. Yeah, my shoe game off. Yeah, okay, but my bank account look good, so it don't matter.
They're confused by.
Meanwhile, while you got that apartment, I got this nice house. Holla at your boy.
What's that old phrase? I don't need you.
That goes back to priorities.
People rather be shitty shop living in a shitty apartment.
What's that old phrase? I don't need you. I let the welfare feed you.
driving a Mercedes.
Family. We quote a lot of hip hop around here.
So.
So do we want to? Man, I'm kind of anxious. I kind of want to get into this. Read this letter.
No, we read it. We read it after we do.
All right, because I'm excited because we got
excited?
a letter. Because we
you
got
really
a letter.
want to read it?
I didn't even know we had email until they gave us this month. I was like, what is this?
I'm interested.
So, but another thing I want to talk about is misogyny. Because I think a lot of women.
A lot of people. Have the definition of that word
misogyny
messed up. They don't understand it
because it's getting to the point now to if Michelle say something and I disagree with her, she called me misogynistic, and that's not what it means. So misogyny right here says if you're someone who believes women belong in the kitchen and should be accorded the same respect as men, you might be misogynistic. A misogynist is a person who hates or doesn't trust women.
Right.
So just because I disagree with you
doesn't make you a misogynist.
Just because I don't like certain things about you does not make me misogynistic.
True.
And a lot of people.
But you know what else too? Along with that too, a misdefinition. A lot of people, if you get caught cheating or being, an infidel, whatever, they'll call you misogynistic. That's not anywhere in that definition, though.
Nah, I agree with you on that one. I don't see how those two play.
But it's funny how we could throw this on a man, just like a woman to say, why is it okay for a man to sleep with a bunch of women and be called a player, but a woman sleep with a bunch of men, she'd be called a hoe? And I heard the best answer the other day.
Oh, God, what was the answer?
Yes,
please share your answer. I'm ready for that.
Michelle, take your go into the room.
Okay. Hey, I may be younger, but I'm grown.
Hey, look, check this out. The thoughts and views expressed by David are the thoughts and views of David. Do not reflect the thoughts and views of Truth and Logic. Now let me go.
They reflect his damn self. Continue.
No, go ahead.
This is and hey, Deron heard the same thing.
When I heard it, I felt out laughing.
You can't do nothing but laugh.
Am I gonna laugh?
I hope so.
I hope so.
You know I'm open-minded. Go ahead.
Okay, you open-minded. Open it a little more. Okay, now God told me a key that opens up a bunch of locks is a master key, but a lock that could be opened up by a bunch of keys is broken.
Wow.
I mean,
my thing about that situation is that's just a stereotype that people are gonna pose on women that, oh, I'm a grown woman, I handle my business, I'm not out here just with any Tom, Dick, and Harry without protecting myself. If I choose to do that and sleep around, that's my business, regardless of the fact of what people are talking about. And the thing about that is also, whether you're sleeping with somebody or not, you still gonna be labeled as that anyway. So go ahead and just let them say what they gonna say.
You got females that got a lot of male friends. They ain't sleeping with them, but in people's minds.
I had a female when I was in college. We slept in the same bed and never did anything.
Okay, I'm not understanding how that happened.
We were real good friends.
I'm not understanding.
We were
You're
real
not
good
understanding?
friends.
My mind don't work like that.
And
Men and women can't be friends?
Yeah, but I'm not sleeping in the bed with you.
Yeah.
We were real good friends.
I don't know.
We were real good friends, and we just never took it. She was actually my boy's woman.
Okay, I'm really not understanding that. I wish my woman would sleep in the bed with another dude.
That's your homie.
That's my boy. I'm like, what the hell just happened
I had
here?
a good nap.
What the hell just happened here? Go night.
Nah. He was a lot more trusting than me, because I ain't nowhere in hell I'm gonna think y'all sleeping in the same bed. Ain't nothing happening.
Nah.
I'm just that's me.
Y'all must have been cool like ice water.
I swear, cool than the other side of the pillow, boy.
We were.
Wow.
I can't get it. I can't even wrap my mind around nothing like that. Okay, family. Well, look, check this out here. We're going to go pay a couple bills. When we come back, we're going to get into this Truth and Logic letter. We coming right back at you. It's Truth and Logic, y'all.
Give us the truth. That's what we need.
Truth and Logic. Back to Deron, David, and Michelle on Talkzone.com.
And once again, we coming right back at you, family. It's Truth and Logic on Talkzone.com. It was once said by Gil Scott-Heron that the revolution would not be televised, but you know what? It's damn sure going to be talked about. The question is, what do you have to say about it? As I stated, we're going to get into this new segment of the show. Hopefully it continues weekly. And we're going to call it Truth and Logic Corner, the Truth and Logic letter. And basically, someone wrote in and wanted our advice. Go dig that.
Let's see.
All right, so it says,
Did somebody done told them wrong?
They
Oh, boy.
They done messed up and gave me a microphone. So, all right, it says, Dear Truth and Logic team, I know you all haven't read any emails on your show, but I was wondering if I could ask you guys a question and get your opinion on something. And I'm assuming it's a female because they jumped right into it and said, why aren't there any good men left? I love my guy, but can't get past the fact that he cheated on me. I constantly think about it, and when he's away from me, I worry about it. Should I stay or should I go? Why do all men cheat? I'm so confused. Can you guys help me out? Signed it, Confused.
Dun, dun, dun.
Confused.
Let me jump on that.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay,
Go ahead.
first off, confused. All men don't cheat.
Say it again.
All men do not cheat. So we could cut that bullshit out now.
Ooh.
Number two.
Oh.
Yeah. Number two. Only you can answer that question, really, because if you can't get over the fact that he cheated on you, you need to leave. If you stay, that means you forgave him. You never forget, but you forgave him. Move the hell on. Shit. I mean, why would you be with if you cannot trust somebody, you don't need to be with that person.
Exactly.
If you stand with that person, put the shit behind you. If you can't put it behind you, you got issues.
You need to figure out how to love yourself, because obviously you don't if you're continuing to be with somebody that you feel that is hurting you.
Right.
You setting yourself up for failure.
Right.
You're correct. Not all men cheat. And she said, why do men cheat?
Why do all men cheat?
She said,
Why do all men
cheat, and why aren't there any good men left?
Not all men cheat. And why do some men cheat? I got the answer. I found the answer.
Oh, okay.
You want to know what it is?
Okay, go ahead. You can write a book about this. You're gonna be on the New York Times bestseller list.
Because, and not just men, women, whatever. People are going to do what they want to do.
Man, high five to you, Shelly Shell.
You know more.
People are going
at
to do
at the very basics
what
of it
they
all,
want to do.
you remove all the bullshit out the way,
Right.
all the excuses. That's
Right.
really the
We
reason
don't-
why
it's
you
not
do what
even-
you do.
it's not the
because I
answer.
wanted to.
Right. The answer is not even that hard.
But you know what?
People
I mean,
been looking
that's,
for.
that's,
People
that's
are going to
true.
do what they want to do.
Because if you really don't want to cheat, you're not going to cheat.
Right.
But a lot of people, I'm gonna put it like this: with my first wife, I still remember the first time I ever cheated on my first wife. And
Man, it's like an anniversary coming up or something.
Ugh.
Like what how do you remember that, dog?
Oh, so sorry.
you know what?
Like, how do you
in
remember that?
I
give
was
me
in the
the
Navy,
microphone.
right? And I had no intentions on cheating, but it was something missing at home, and it was me and my boy.
Yeah, the other woman.
Ooh. Good God. Let him finish the story.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was me and my boy. We went to this club in Virginia called the Alley.
He
And,
got you in trouble. He was single, wasn't he?
No, he was married too.
No.
And you know what? He didn't cheat on his wife that day. He done got caught.
Oh, that day.
That
That day.
Don't be putting
But-
your homeboy out there now. He probably like, I know this fool ain't
He like,
on radio
he like, boy, they better not say my name. Not say my name.
But we was in a club and the female, her man did her wrong, and she was like, you know, she don't care about messing up any.
She was out there with her fucking girl dress on.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. And we hooked up, and man, I put it like this. I came home about 6 a.m. Lights were off, right? I'm creeping in. I'm like the road runner, trying to creep in, make sure ain't nobody there. As soon as I walk in the door, close the door, the lamp cut on.
Click, click.
I'm like, where was you at? Oh,
Where have you been?
I'm like, I fell asleep at my boy's house, you know. It ain't work, but I mean, but it was something missing at home,
Right.
and then it just got to the point to
Well, you ain't give a damn.
I just didn't care.
I'm gonna go off real quick on my experience. Sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead, do
Go
your
ahead.
thing.
In a previous relationship, I was cheated on. I don't know how many times or how many people it's been, but when I found out the information, I'm like, okay. I remember in the beginning of our relationship, he asked me, if I ever cheated on you, how would you respond? Would you go, crazy? Would you mess up my stuff? Blah, 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 blah. I said, that's not me. I'm not that type of woman. For me, I'll probably be really calm.
Which is scary in and of itself.
Right. I'll probably be really calm. I'll, be upset and, take the situation as it is. But I'm not the type of person that cheats. I'm not a cheater. Mm-hmm. So it's not something that's in me. I'm a very loyal person. But if it happens, it happens. I'll deal with the situation. So it did happen. And we dealt with it. And I was upset. And the thing about it is, at the time, I was living in comfortability with him. So I let it go for a few more months before I'm like, okay, we made up and he's doing better and he's doing more stuff and we back to how we used to be. But then I got so comfortable in that I noticed he started doing the same stuff he was doing around the time he was cheating. So I decided upon myself to be like,
I'm good.
I don't deserve this. I'm cool.
Right.
I am good.
Right.
And from then on, I made the decision to not deal with something that I felt like I didn't deserve, because I'm not out here with nobody and cheating on you. And he said it was because I wasn't affectionate enough, but I felt like that might have been an excuse, but I don't know.
That's garbage.
Ooh. So yeah. I took the initiative to end that. I had to go back to my official independent mindset, because I've always been like that. And getting into a relationship, I had to learn how to let the man be the man, which was cool. I'm open to whatever works. But after that happened, I had to learn how to go back and have my own stuff and do my own thing and not rely on him. And since then, that relationship has been a lesson for me. Being single has been a lesson. Dating people nowadays, oh God, it's so horrible out here, has been a lesson. And now I'm just like, forget, not only where are the good men, good single men, let me put that out there.
Thank you.
Where are the good single strong men to handle a strong woman?
Okay.
Because there are good men. I've dated a guy, a good guy. No strength.
No.
But you know what? That goes back to, I mean, because everything we talk about all goes into, they all pretty much, they come together.
Mesh, right.
It all pretty much comes together, yeah.
And a lot of men were never around men. So they don't know how to be men.
Right.
And that's the problem.
And I ain't got time to build a man, like K. Michelle said.
K. Michelle, but let me go ahead and put my little spin on this little.
Please do.
Okay, so first of all, let's answer let's address the first question of why aren't there any good men? Any left, as if we are extinct.
Y'all extinct.
We like Tyrannosaurus Rex around this month. But when you ask the question, why aren't there any good men? Let's flip that question and ask, why are you looking for a good man? Are you a good woman?
Right. What you bringing to the table?
What you bring to the table other than Bad Bitch Fridays and and a selfie stick. You know what I'm saying? Because so what I noticed is that some of the same women who are asking about where the good men at, they the ones who dating Nook them and. They'll hang out with a dude because he got the flashy car, he a hustler, he this, that, and other. And by the time you tired of him dogging you, now you want a good man. Guess what? 4 kids later, I don't want you now. I don't want you now.
You know what? And I was gonna bring that up. You can't sit up here. Me and Deron, we started saying a lot of these women, you got to check the cat facts.
Check the cat.
You got to check the cat facts, because if you got 4 kids by 8 different men, we got issues.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on now. You looking for a good man, but you done been a cum dumpster most of your life.
Whoa.
Now you want a good man.
Okay.
The thoughts and views of David are not the thoughts and views of Michelle and Deron.
Let's get back to the. She also asked the question of why do all men cheat? First of all, confused. All men do not cheat.
Right.
But I'm willing to bet that you and your guy did not have that conversation, which I said conversation.
Right.
And a lot of people think this conversation is crazy. But maybe in the beginning of a relationship, you need to have a conversation of, I don't expect you to cheat on me.
Right.
Because that way, when it happened, I can't say I didn't know.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, if you're messing with me, or anybody like me, I'm gonna tell you. I'm like, well, we ain't really even talk about that.
I think that women get it confused that they
assume.
Right.
That but no, the assumption is the reason why we at where we at.
Right.
Okay, and then she turned around and she says that, I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop he's always, when he's not around me, I can't stop thinking about it. Well, here's the thing. If you decided to stay, then you decided to get over it.
Exactly.
And if you didn't decide to get over it and move on from it, then I'm going to ask you to go ahead, pack your shit. And you know what? It's been real, because guess what? I'm going to deal with a certain amount of discomfort because I bought this on you.
Right.
But after a while, I'm not going to keep dealing with you, bringing it up, throwing it in my face.
Right.
And all
Right.
That.
And that was with my story. That was my decision.
Right.
I felt like I couldn't trust him no more. And trust is a lot to me. So I was like, why burden myself and
Chuck
burden you and make you feel constantly, well, where you going? Where you been? Why you ain't here? Blah, blah, blah. Because I don't want to nag anyway.
And
Deuces.
Tucker. And we got a caller holding. We got T-Mac on the line. T-Mac, how you feeling, family?
Hey, what's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Ain't nothing to
Hey,
it.
T-Mac, are you a pimp? That's why you call yourself T-Mac?
Yeah, man. What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Ain't nothing to it, man.
Doing
Tell man, bless us with what's on your mind, brother.
Wow, man, I was listening to your talk show, and what really caught my ears was the fact you was talking about the reasoning. Me, myself, personally, I think that the reasoning is truthfully, you know what I'm saying, that, and I'm going to say this, and a lot of women might not agree with me, but a lot of women in today's society, especially ours, don't know their place. And I'm only going to go to say that, and that's only within a functionable relationship.
I agree with you 1,000%. Go ahead.
Can you elaborate on that,
Yeah,
please?
I can elaborate on that a lot. Well, let's go. A lot of women are subconsciously in the beginning taught to be independent by their mothers. Hey, I'm going to teach you how to, have this and not depend on no man. So when they get into a functional relationship, which more likely they weren't around a true functional relationship in their own household, they don't know their place in a relationship, i.e. being submissive to a man. There's nothing wrong with having a strong black woman, but the problem is they don't know how to submit to their partner. And some men don't need to be submitted to. But that is a reality in our community, and it's something that needs to be addressed.
That's real. That's real talk right there.
Yeah,
that's real talk right there.
Because I was like, please explain.
You was ready.
Please
You
explain.
was ready, but you got to let them have that, though. You got to let them have that, though.
Hey, that's real respect. I thought you was going to come off like James Evans and be like, the kitchen and the bedroom, Florida, the kitchen and the bedroom.
Man,
well, you take into account also, that woman, according to the scriptures, woman was made from the rib of man for company of that of man. So the reality is man is not complete by himself, and woman is not complete by herself. Right. So man and woman together, being brought back together, become a union. That union is man as a total and placed before God. That's why God blesses the union, the marriage in itself.
Boy, this is a good call.
That is man complete.
Okay. Okay. This is a good call, brother. I appreciate you for this one. Man.
Much love to y'all. Hey,
Man.
I think y'all doing a great job. Go ahead, continue. I'm listening.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.
All right, have a good one.
All right, later.
And we got next up, we got the A number one fan of the show, Pastor Quinn.
Who that is, Pastor Quinn?
How you doing, Mama? How you doing, Mama?
Hello. I'm good. I guess I tuned in probably right at about the right time, huh?
Yes, you did.
I guess so. He kind of beat you to the scripture part, so you can just go ahead, you can give the benediction. We out.
Why did Pastor Quinn, why do you think there's no good men?
It's not that there aren't any good men. There are still a lot of good men around, but it's just that
tell him your son one of them. Let him know.
In today's society, my son has been raised to be a good man.
Your adopted son won too.
The jury's still out on that one. I haven't interacted with you. I haven't interacted with my adopted son yet, but we can go way back in the day, and I'm going back into the day where my mother and father came. A woman's place. I heard the young man say that the woman doesn't know her place, but because of the way society has come, what is a woman's place?
Right.
See, back in the day when my mother and father were married, a woman's place was in the home. A woman didn't have to go out and work. The man went out and worked and took care of the home, and the woman took care of the household. He took care of his family. The woman took care of the home and the husband's needs and the children's needs, and that was her quote unquote place. Well, as society changed, women had to start going to work to help because in whatever inflation, whatever you want to call it, cost of living, all that stuff. The woman went to work to help. I'm a good woman, and I always had a high level of respect for myself, that I didn't just settle for anything or anybody. You couldn't come to me a certain way. You couldn't be a certain way. If you didn't know how to respect me, because my father raised me, if you don't respect yourself, no man is going to.
Right.
Dig that.
And so the problem with today is women hollering that they are no good men. I think it was Duran, I don't know if Duran or David, may have been both, said that in today's society, women are talking about they are no good men. Well, sweetheart, you have gone out and exploited your own self,
right,
and had all these kids, and then you expect a man to come in, and you're looking for a man to come in and take care of you and 10 kids that he didn't have anything to do with procreating.
Right.
So you can't get mad at the man. Now there are some men that have come along and fell in love and really been in love with this woman, want to treat her nice and show her that there are still good men around,
right,
and taking care of her and her children and provided a place for them. But see, you can't sit back and want somebody to come in and take care of you and you don't do nothing. The man is going out busting his butt taking care of you and your children, and he comes home, he can't get a decent meal, he can't get a clean house, he can't get clean laundry, and you want to get mad and say it ain't no good men.
Right.
You want to dog the men out. And when it comes to that, I will stand up for the man that is doing right. Now, when it comes to this infidelity thing, infidelity is not something that had to be discussed. Infidelity was something that was an unspoken rule between a husband and a wife, if that was a true union of God.
You know what, Pastor Quinn, back in the day, I would say that's true, but infidelity nowadays, it seems like it's about as easy as buying candy.
Yeah.
And I think it is something that needs to be discussed in today's society.
But not only that, but mostly that needs to be talked about when you're dating, though.
Right.
By the time you get to the marriage stage, you should already know where you're at.
Right.
Exactly.
Before you ever get married, that's why I don't marry a couple without counseling them, because that's something that's going to come up. And yes, like David said, I mean, that's just like going out hitting a golf ball across the golf course. It ain't nothing for you. You see a woman, a man see a woman see a man, and hey, 5 minutes later they in the sack.
Right.
Do you not have a spouse at home? And my thing is, if you get into that part, I heard a man on the radio the other week says, I have made a covenant with my eyes not to sin against my wife, because the Bible says if a man looks upon a woman and lusts after her, he has committed adultery in his heart.
Yeah.
So he said he made a covenant with his eyes not to even look on another woman, so he won't be tempted to lust after her.
Yeah,
and women are
not nowadays. It's kind of hard to do that because you walk outside, especially when it's hot. They half naked,
especially in the summertime in Chicago. Yeah. Oh my God!
It's like
it's
know
horrible. What they putting it out there, and you know what they out there for. So your thing is to be a man and turn away from it. Because,
that is true.
Because temptation is not the sin; it's yielding to the temptation.
Right.
So if you don't, just because I put it out there don't mean you got to look at it.
Mom, if I turn my head, I might crash my car. I got to look forward when I'm driving.
You know what? I'm back when I see you.
It's too many women out here that's looking for DNA, and that second word is being attention.
Oh well, see, you know what? Y'all should have heard. I did a teaching on DNA on the.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't David's DNA. I'm
I'm
almost positive you didn't do a sermon on that.
I don't think you
Because
did a
if you
sermon
did, I
on
can't
that.
come to your church no more.
The question is, this was on the radio. This was on the phone line. But the question is what kind of D are you perpetrating? What kind of DNA are you showing? Are you reflecting? When you look in the mirror, what DNA do you see?
Well, I see a cross between Byron Montgomery and Verita Quinn. It's like cross pollination.
But who do you reflect the most, though?
Whoa, yeah. I mean, well, let's just say like this: if I reflected Byron Montgomery, well, shout out to Byron Montgomery. I'm going to see my daddy this weekend. Happy birthday! Happy birthday to my daddy.
Make sure you listen to the show.
Oh, definitely gonna be playing it for me.
All right.
My DNA, I reflect my heavenly Father, and I do know that I reflect my natural father too. But this just the thing is that there are, and I know some good men, but there are good men and good women out there. It's just a matter of the fact that it's how you put it out there and what's going to come back to you.
Right.
So you can't get hard. You can't be hard on the man and say that there ain't no good men out there. And the men can't say that there's no good women out there because it's the circles in which you travel and the people that you attract what you are.
You know what? I'm glad you said that because I wanted to. I was actually going to wrap my little part up with that and say that like attracts like. The Bible even talks about that iron sharpening iron, and like individuals attracting each other. And so if you want to say that they ain't no good men, and that's all you seem to attract is men that ain't no good, you might want to look at yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's the truth. I mean, I in my leadership class, we talking about leaders being good leaders, and it's like what you are is the kind of people you're going to attract. If you're a good leader, then you're going to attract people that want to be a good leader. They want to be like you. So, hey, don't get mad because you out there thotting around and you and you attracting all the dogs. If you don't want to keep collecting dogs, stop putting the dog food out.
I mean, but all of them, all of them ain't. Some of them are oats. They not all thoughts. Some of them are oats.
Oh,
well, I ain't even gonna ask what that is. I don't even want to know.
I'll let you know. I'll let them know after you get off the phone.
Because I want to know too. I don't know what
really
that
don't
is.
know.
You don't know what an oat is? I ain't never told you what an oat is.
No.
Okay.
I don't know either.
My sister did a message on Sunday about if you want to stop attracting dogs, stop putting the dogs out. And that works both ways.
Don't it though?
If you don't want no cats, don't put the cat food out.
There it is.
I will talk to you all later. You all be blessed and love you.
I love you
too.
more.
Doing what you do.
All right.
Michelle, I'm looking forward to meet you and David one day.
Sure.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
you definitely gonna meet them. It's getting warm. We're gonna have them out to the house for a barbecue or something.
Hey.
We'll do a show at
And
the
I'm on
house.
spring break next week. Praise
Dig
the
that.
Lord. I can be on from the beginning.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Love
Bye.
Here we go.
you. Here we go. Here we go.
We got this quarter going, baby. Hey, you looking for a good man? Are you a good woman? That's the question. Now, a lot of you women out here, cat facts. Whoo, your speedometer done rolled over way too many times to say you want a good man. You might want to go get an oil change. Matter of fact, junk it. Junk it and go buy a new one.
Good
Because some of you women out here are horrible.
That's my word. Horrible.
Well, I'm gonna use it. I stole it. It's mine. It's mine in this rant. You men. Don't think I'm letting y'all off the hook because a lot of you men are just as useless as a penny trying to buy a car. You ain't worth shit.
Right.
But we talking about
They
the women
call
right
fuck boys.
now. They call who?
Fuck boys.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
In this generation.
Okay. Here's the thing that I've been coming across. And I might have said it on the show. I don't know. A woman today told me that a man should treat a woman like he would treat his wife. Well, first off, you women have your standards way too high, because my wife is the one that went through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears with me. I'm not about to treat you, that's a hood whore, just like my wife. It's not about to happen. It's not about to happen. You know, I keep hearing, oh, your mama black. You don't know what my mama go through. You have not made it to the status of my mama. And my mama could be like one of these dumbass bitches out here that I'm talking about. You don't know nothing about my mama.
Oh, God.
You know? I'm just saying.
The rant is on
People
fire
need
today.
to stop with these stupid ass sayings. Please stop the stupid ass sayings. I know what my mama is. You don't. But we supposed to give a lot of women these dumbass passes because your mama black, your daughter black, your gardener's black, your sister black. What about my daddy? My daddy black. My brother black. My cousin black. We don't never talk about the men. Women put themselves on this high ass pedestal. You need to knock it down a notch. You know, it's a song that I heard, and they don't want to grow up because they some dumb ass kids. They out here talking about the shit that they did, wearing weave and shit, and doing dumb shit. I had to throw the weave in there.
He threw the weave in there. Didn't we tell you he was gonna throw the weave in there?
Only reason I did it is because they told me not to.
Hey, B-Rob, you owe me $5.
I did it.
Did you? I did it back. I said he was gonna talk about it.
If you tell me not to do it, chances are I'm gonna do it. That's why I ain't shaved my beard at, because people tell me not to shave my beard.
Why? You gotta cut it off so the girls can have some weed.
I'm gonna sell my beard and speaking of that,
it's strawberry blonde.
You women out here with beards and mustaches, cut that shit off.
That's not sexy.
It's really not.
You shouldn't be tickling my lip when you're kissing me. That's all I'm saying.
And chest hair, cut that shit out. You look.
I ain't never seen no woman with no chest hair.
Man, I went to Walgreens one day. Nice looking woman. Turned around, she had more hair on her chest than I did. And she probably looking for a good man. And I'm gonna tell you what.
But she probably is a good man.
I'm about to say, her boyfriend definitely got a man.
And I'm here to tell you, because Michelle told me about men that wear weaves. If your boyfriend wear a weave, you have a girlfriend.
They are gluing hair to the head and cutting it down, and you got waves now.
You have a girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Ain't that something? A woman got to rub her fingers through your hair now to make sure that your hair real.
But
that's looking a little
I'm gonna tell you where the biggest problem came in, and this is the group I can't stand. I can't stand feminists. Feminists are a bunch of women out here that couldn't get a man, that's bulldagging. Or they used to
school with that one.
Or they was a hoe back in the day, but now another hoe done took over. So they hoe days are over. Now they feminine. Ain't no good men out here.
Oh my God.
So you're a retired hoe / feminist now.
So they done pass the torch.
Exactly. I'm just saying it's good men out here. It is good men out here. Just like there's good women. But stop settling for bullshit. Right. And that's what a lot of people are doing. We settling for bullshit.
Can I go on a little rant?
Go ahead.
We still got it going. Okay. I'm a good woman. Where the strong men at? You could be good, all that, you know, treat me right, respect, honesty, trust. But then you're not trying to build nothing. You don't have ambition. You're
Find
not
a man
trying
that got a male figure in his life.
Improve yourself.
Right.
So now I got to build with you. Okay, we can do that. But I can't create you. Your mama created you. I don't have time to be building no man.
And that's the problem. They mama created them. They got no daddy in their life. They feminine as hell. They ain't got no man to teach them how to be a man. They probably sit down when they pee. You don't want no man like that.
It's hard out here.
You know, they wiping after they done.
It's hard out here.
I said it's hard out here for a pimp.
So with that being said,
man, that was dope. That was dope. Now, there was the question, and then we're gonna go to break. There was the question of what is an oat.
Yeah.
You have a lot of older women out here thotting. So basically, an oat is an old ass thought. And with that, we go on the break.
Now, back to Duran, David, and Michelle.
I'm talking truth.
For more Truth and Logic.
Yes, family, we coming right back at you with Truth and Logic on Talkzone. Man, time goes by and flies when you're having fun. Phone lines are open, family. 888-GO-FOR IT. That's 463-6748. We are on the topic of relationships.
And if you just missed it,
man,
there are
if you
oats?
missed it, I broke out the acronym, I guess, for 2016. I guess we're gonna say it is. If you know an older woman, and old is it's a relative term, whatever you consider old, and she out here thoughting, she not a thought, she's an oat. She's an old ass thought.
I thought mine was worse. I had thought and training.
Okay, we got that too. So it's some. See, I try not, because a thought and training you think would be somebody's child. I'm gonna leave the kids alone.
Everybody's somebody's child, but I'm talking about
school age.
No, I ain't talking about the babies.
Okay,
I'm talking about the ones that know better.
Oh, the ones that's bad bitches on Fridays on Facebook.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the ones that's going into the club and they 17.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have a lot of that going on. A lot of that going on. But yeah, so we on the topic of relationships, and we had a letter. The young lady was talking about how all men cheat. There are no good men left.
We hope it's a lady. I mean, the man talking about
her boyfriend. I mean, his boyfriend. I hope not. So I'm gonna assume it was a lady.
Even if it was,
this
it still applies.
Yeah, everything we're saying apply, but I'm gonna assume the latter. And I mean, talking about there are no good men left, as if you can go to the Museum of Science and Industry and see a display of what a good man used to be. I don't know. I don't know how what is that? No good men left. I mean, what? It's like
tell her to turn right.
3 billion men. It's like 3 billion people on the earth, of which like maybe a billion of them are men, because we know women outnumber men. And you saying of a billion men, you can't find one worth a damn?
Well, she says no good men left, tell her to turn right.
Dig that. Dig that. But
now, I can say this. If you really want to break it down, you a good woman, you bringing something to the table. There are a lot of factors nowadays. You got percentage of men that are good men, but they're gay. You got percentage of men that are good men, but they're taken or married. You have percentage of men that are not looking to be in a relationship or not looking to
don't make
build
them not
or be
good.
married. That does not make them not good. They just whatever.
Right. But you know what? T-Mac said something that was very... Or
they in prison.
That was very...
or they dead.
It was very good. He was like... He mentioned, he was like, you have women running around here talking about they don't need a man. And then you have some men who like feel like they don't need a woman unless they feel in a certain kind of way. They're a little horny. But he was like, it takes a man and woman to come together actually to complete that man.
Right.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because like we all know my mother calls in often, and I think she missed 1 week out of 15. But I mean, the thing with that is that so we know she's a minister, so we know that I'm kind of versed in things that are biblical. Well, one thing you take into account, when God made man, he made man. When he made woman, he said it is good. You got to be complete.
Right.
You got to be complete. You know what I'm saying? And so
that woman gave him the apple.
But the reality.
And how does that tie into weave, David? How does that tie?
Because Satan promised her weave if she ate the apple.
Satan said, if you eat this apple, we get you.
We gonna straighten your hair.
We get you bundles of weave.
I had to say it. It was just open for interpretation.
He said, you eat this apple. See that good yak over yonder?
Yakety yak. Don't talk back.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I mean, but the reality of it is and I said it in a nice way because my mother was on the phone. But if you keep attracting men who ain't shit, then you need to look in the mirror at yourself, because here's the reality of it is that you probably ain't shit either. Man, and here's the thing: where are you looking for this good man at? You looking for him at Secrets?
What is Secrets?
It used to be a club. See, I tell you how long I've been in it. It might not even be around no more.
I don't know if it's still around.
I don't know, but you
just you know what? She's from New York, so we gonna give her a pass on that.
Thank
I
you.
don't want to sound old.
Is it from? Are you going to the Roxy? Now let me stop. I went to Beat Street on you. But look. I mean, you can't. You're not gonna find that good man at the club when you got on your freaking girl dress and your 5-inch heels.
But you got a lot of these women. They won't. Okay, a guy told me this. most black women won't even deal with you unless you got 2 felonies. Cause they want the dope boy, they want the drug dealer, they want the gangbanger, they want the exciting life.
What is that? The hood census?
And because I don't know.
No,
I mean,
that's one of the first questions I asked. You ever been to jail?
But you know what? And it's not all women.
I'm serious.
It's not all women. But when I start to look, when he made that statement, and I start to look, and you see all these women that's coming to visit these guys in jail. You see all these women that's with these dope boys. I knew a school teacher that was dating a dope boy. and I mean,
how about I knew an attorney?
Yeah.
Wow.
This school teacher, this was about 10 years ago. And I mean, she would sell his drugs. She definitely wanted that dick and attention. Yeah. But I'm just saying, but see, here's the problem. You settle for a dope boy, and then when you turn 30, 35, you start to wake up. But you have multiple kids, all by dope boys, gangbangers. Now you want a good man. If I'm a good man, why the hell do I want you?
Right. Right. Exactly right.
Now, a good woman that can't find a good man, and don't get me wrong, and I'm not dogging them out because you got to try to weed through all the bullshit to find a good man. She just left you hanging.
I know. She's good. She good. Michelle is a good woman.
But
I try.
And the thing is, the only thing I'm gonna say is don't settle. Just because dude, driving this nice ass car. Well, why is he driving this nice ass car? If all he doing,
because he live in his mama basement.
If his thumbs are strong, this nigga play Madden all day and Call of Duty. You don't want him.
Oh, girl, he got some strong thumbs.
He can do a lot with them thumbs.
You see the cut on them thumbs? Boy, his thumbs buff as hell.
He working out.
Yeah. But he driving a Mercedes with some strong thumbs, and you don't never see him go to work. Yeah, you might not want to deal with that.
That might not be what
right,
you want.
He drug dealing.
And in conclusion, what we talking about, fam?
And I'm breaking down with think about what you're doing. Pay attention to the people that you deal with, because you got to get past that outer surface. Just like a book, you can look at the cover. Album cover, book cover, we gonna put all the good shit on the front. You gotta actually open it up to see what's inside.
My man said album cover.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm showing my CD cover. But you have to actually open it up to see what's inside. You have to read. You have to listen to what's the words that's written, because everybody gonna show their true colors. Right. If you're not paying attention, you will miss it. And you would think that this person is good because all you seen was this outer shell, and you never look deep inside that person. And then you get mad and want to blame everybody else because you made a bad decision.
Right.
Exactly.
I would like to end this with there are good men. There are good women. It's all about how you approach it and all about how you see yourself. Don't be insecure. You got to love yourself and know what you want for yourself and know yourself at least a little bit before you go out and trying to find somebody. And people are always telling me, stop looking. So I guess that's what I'm doing at the current moment. I ain't looking.
Okay.
And
I'm chilling.
And Reese broke it down for you too, for some of these women out here. I don't know if y'all heard what Reese said.
Understand that Terminator is out.
Oh Lord, how
much?
much?
Here we go with this Terminator
Thing. So
I have no time for this.
What I'm gonna say is that, and I can't say it enough. If you keep attracting men that ain't shit, look at yourself. You might need to do some soul searching and some changing, because like attracts like. Look at your circle, and also remember this: sometimes less is more. If you keep surrounding yourself, if you're more concerned with the quantity of people around you rather than the quality of people, you have a problem and you need to reassess that. Now, having said that, we're on a 6-day, 23-hour break, family. And as always, live life as if you're going to die tomorrow, but take the time to learn as if you're going to live forever. Develop an opinion, think about it, and remember, everything that's black and white is not always black and white. So until next week, I'm Deron.
This is David, your truth versus my logic.
This is Shelly Shell.
It's truth and logic, y'all. Come on.
Peace and love.